Justin Snaith, thank you very much. Great to have you on the Perfectly Placed show. You start in race number 1. We'll start with number 1, Bella Vista. Richard Faree gets the ride, ran a lovely second on debut.
Yes, she's doing very well at home, I must be honest. She's not an easy filly though. I've had to school her into her races. She's got a bit of a temperament about her, which is not always ideal. It can flatten them, but her work at home is of a very high standard. I do think if she can just get her temperament right, she could be a filly that one can follow. I don't think she's a 5 furlong filly, but in saying that, I'm trying to make the race as easy as possible for her, just to keep her temperament in the right manner. So a filly that if she brings her work that's at home, she should take some beating here.
Then you've got the first timer, the daughter Vercingetorix, Champagne Kisses. I see JP van der Merwe been booked to ride.
Yes, very interestingly, he saw in the noms and said, I really want to ride that. She's Chancenay's sister, so beautifully bred. Up against a filly like Bella Vista, may just need one. But as I said, there's one horse here that may be the horse to beat. I think it's Candace, especially up the straight, 5 furlong. Candace is deadly at the moment. So one to watch, but I think she will improve with her run.
And in the same race, you've got number 15, the daughter of Give Me the Green Light. Sean Veal gets the ride on Green Light Dancer.
Very fit-looking filly, doesn't carry any condition. Certainly a filly, I think they can maybe pop up into the money and stuff. It does help when they're so light at home. She really shouldn't need much racing. I've left her one gallop short purely because of her lightness. So pretty filly, quite a competitive race though.
Then you go to race number 2. We'll go to number 1, Powerful. Trippy Colt. JP van der Merwe gets the ride on debut.
Yes, another horse that's caught his eye, doing well at home. Possibly further. He's actually not very much like some of my other trippies that look quite precocious in a way. He's more relaxed. If anything, he's more like a Futura type of horse. He's a horse that will come on a lot from his runs, but certainly a horse that we'll see how he goes first time out.
Then number 5, Upper Crust, Grant van Niekerk rides. Finished 9th on debut. I see was beaten 12 lengths behind stable companion Unbaldi.
Yeah, look, Unbaldi won by quite a margin, and the handicappers gave him a 97. So this horse was actually running on with the rest of the field. A horse that maybe just keep an eye on him for the quartets, trifectas. He's coming along nicely at home. Maybe one more run and he should be in the money.
Same race you got number 6, Solar Trip. Sean Veal rides. They ran in the same race, Upper Crust and Solar Trip.
Also, he needed that run quite badly on debut. He will come on a lot. Just not a lot of time between Upper Crust's first run and their second run. So yes, they'll improve through having an experience, but certainly not enough time to warrant a massive improvement because I haven't gone and taken them for another gallop or anything like that. But they should be a little bit more wary and know what a race is about.
Race number 3, you've just got the one runner, Justin. 3 Coins, the very well-related 3 Coins. Steps up to 1,600 meters, and I remember chatting to Sean Veal. There's something there with this individual.
Yeah, look here, also quite temperamental. We'll see how I'm upping it to the mile. Could be interesting. I don't think it's one of the more stronger races, so certainly in this sort of division, we're hoping that there's light at the end of the tunnel with her and that she's won a race. Can she go on for it? We need this race to decide that.
Race number 4, you've got 2 runners. We'll start with number 6, Song to the Moon. Sean Veal rides in good form and a lovely third behind Tambourine Man, and I thought a bit unlucky.
Yeah, look at this race. I haven't seen the form of some of the others, but I think we're very strong here. This is the kind of race where if we walk away and we got beat, I may be disappointed. I think we're very, very strong here. Song to the Moon, first run from Gelding last time and didn't manage to get him on the grass. That was a comeback run over shorter, back to 1,400. He cracked the draw, so certainly, as I said, he won't be a maiden for long.
You've got number 13, Land of the Rising Sun, a lovely looking individual. JP van der Merwe gets the ride. Finished 7th on debut, just beaten 10 lengths. I'd imagine with natural improvement going to be a runner.
I took a lot of criticism for running him over 5 furlong. He needs 2,000 meters. As I said, there's all those chirps in the yard, like in a good way, telling me what am I doing. So I've gone back to the drawing boards with him, galloped him, got him perfectly prepped to showcase what he's about, and he draws possibly the worst draw of all my horses on the day. Not only that, we're going to the short run-in on Sunday for punters. Make sure we're back to the winter course for the first time. Short run-in, very, very smart horse. Possibly in my top 3 of my 3-year-olds, I think, for the future. A horse that I've earmarked. But in saying that, I go get a draw like that. I mean, what do? Do you chase around the field with a young horse with a bright future, or do you drop out to the back of the field? He will be low level flying, and just very simple punters. Just keep an eye on him.
Race number 5, you've also got quite a few runners here, Justin. We'll start with number 1, Inna Morare. Richard Ferree rides, penultimate start, ran a very good second over this trip behind a horse that's improving in the form of Cafe Culture.
Very much so. I think he's primed with Richard up. You're getting a couple lengths at the moment. Drawn 1, certainly a horse that's got to go into everything. We expect a good run. He's quite close on where he should be in the handicapping, so we need a bit of luck in things. So it does help one draw Richard Ferree. So certainly a horse you've got to put into everything.
You've also got number 8, Future Turn. He looks to be a little bit better than his last start.
Yes. Gave him a little bit of a break. He's a very sound horse. I just raced him every 3-4 weeks. He races, especially with Etienne Braun as a partner. If they're in the box for longer than 2 weeks, there's a complaint. So I actually then decided to, freshen him up. His last run was a freshen up run. Here he strips a bit fitter. Certainly a horse on his day when these sort of conditions come along. There's a little bit on the softer type of racing. He enjoys that. So got to go in as well.
Number 10, Royal Watch. Anthony Andrews gets the ride. Been rested for 64 days?
Yes, and I haven't galloped him. That's why it's a shorter of normally what he races. He loves the wet condition. I needed to give him a break to get him ready for the winter that's coming up. So hopefully we see something positive.
And then you've also got number 11, Magic Verse. Grant van Niekerk rides. Last 2 starts been a little bit disappointing, but I know there's something there as well.
Yes, but also 11 draw. What do? Short running. As I said, the 1400s are very tricky. You need a bit of luck in running. Today we're racing on the outside. Hopefully with the short running, I think we'll go back to racing on the inside. But as I said, a little bit hit and miss from that draw. Way better than his rating suggests. So if you hear that and want to go wide here, certainly a horse. If you're going to add an extra horse into your pick sixes and stuff, add him in.
Super. Then race 7 is the Storms Flare Stakes. It's a listed event over 1,800 meters. You just got the one runner, number 3, Double Check. Craig Zaki rides. Last start finished 9th, beaten 10 lengths behind Four Lopiki. It is a competitive field. Yeah,
look, she needed that last run. That was a prep. Normally, I would say probably we're battling here. But we're very fortunate in getting Craig Zaki. Craig Zaki's, at the moment, I think he's riding at the top of his game. If I had to pick a jock at the moment that is really at a high level, it would be Craig Zaki. So any chance that we had gets a couple lengths advantage with having him on. She loves the wet ground, but very, very competitive race, and we'd be over the moon if we ran a place.
Now, a race that you're very strong is the Pocket Power Stakes, the Grade 3 over 1950. We'll start with number 4, Pakaya. He's gone from a 111 to a 115, but he won a good race last time out.
Yeah, look, he's doing very well at home. Just now changing to the winter course. I didn't realize we've been waiting so long. We don't know when we're changing, and we got a message at the last minute saying, okay, we're changing. The way the track's running today, I think it's the right decision. This track is tied. We've raced the entire summer, late winter, summer on this track. It is tied. You can see today the amount of rain we have, there's no ways you should be kicking up. So I think for racing purposes, the best thing we're doing is changing to the short run in. Pakaya, he's doing well at home. This is the interesting distance. I want to see him get this distance from him. As I said, doing as well as he did last time. Got Richard back on again. Certainly a horse that should run a big race.
You've also got number 5, Navy Strength. JP rides for you. He was well beaten by Pakaya. Don't think he can turn that form around?
This horse he needed his first few runs. He had a long layoff. His last run, we actually thought he'd get close. He was very disappointing. Give him the benefit of the doubt. He is the dark horse that if he does run to his best form, he certainly can take on these horses. But in saying that, Pakaya at his best has always been a step up on a lot of these horses. I mean, he won the Greyville 1900. I think we fancied him for the July. He got severely cut into in the July. I mean, he was carved up behind. And took any chance that he had in the Hollywood Durban July away. He came into the straight sideways, couldn't walk after the race. We all know the Hollywood Durban July is the roughest race in the country. And he was, shame, there was only one horse behind him in the race, and that was over racing and cut him up. So he is a horse of a high level, and I just think maybe he's just too good for a horse like Navy Strength.
And the last of your runners in the Pocket Power Stakes, you got Rapidash. Now, his comeback run was super behind Pakai, running second.
It was even a surprise to me. He wasn't quite ready. I gave him a little 900 grass gallop into that. We're expecting like a so-so type of race, and next thing you see Rapidash flying on the outside. Grant's fitness is an interesting one. He has had a long layoff. If Grant's fit enough, then obviously the horse gives this horse a better chance. And doing well at home, expect a good run from him. Also interesting over the distance. I'm hoping that these two horses fire up over the distance. It opens up doors for their future. Rapidash just is in a good space at the moment.
Race number 9, you've got 3 runners. We'll start with number 1, Night Ruler. Sean Veal rides, drops in trip to 1,600 meters. Got a bit of a weight of 61.5 kilograms.
Look, I'd rather take on these horses at 61.5. So for the first time, he's dropped into this division. It's taken forever. I've just raced him and he's slowly dropped. He's finally in a division that I think he'll be competitive. And the wet ground, he loves it. I've waited the entire summer for this moment. So it's worked out well for him in that he's dropped into a low division and the wet weather's come. So just a horse, do not leave him out. You've always got to respect that about him.
Same race, you got number 6, Nevada King. JP van der Merwe rides. What are you expecting?
Oh, this horse had no luck. But also, he's just not helping himself. Every time in a race, if there's a guy going wide on the day, it's him. Got no luck, this horse. I'm hoping it changes. I don't see why it should change. But when you look at the individual in the parade ring and you look at his form, you can't work it out. Certainly if it clicks, he could be the dark horse. As I said earlier, if you're going to go wide in the race and you want to add in horse, don't leave him out. With the soft ground now, he is that type of horse that could pop up.
And the last of your runners in race 9 is number 10, Master Paris. Craig Zaki rides, very consistent. He ran a very good third behind Green Mandarin, and in fact, I think he leads the championship log. Justin?
I had one horse that qualified in that division, and it was Master Paris. Now he's gone one step up. He's leading it. Also loves the cut in the ground. With Craig Zaki on, as I said earlier, riding at the top of his game. Certainly a horse that you've got to go in. He's so consistent. But I think between him and Night Ruler it could be interesting.
Last of your runners, race 10, you got number 4, Dancing to the Light. Grant van Niekerk rides, drops back to 1,200 meters. Last 2 starts ran 5th, beaten 5 lengths and 3 lengths respectively.
It was a game run. 200 out, he was still in the fight. Very impressive run, I thought. Back into the straight conditions. Gonna love it. Horse that you've got to put in, don't leave him out to the last. Hoping for a good run from him.
Justin, if I can ask you, if there's one horse on the day that you're really looking forward to saddling?
Look here, the horse, make no mistake, was Land of the Rising Sun. I've done all this work. As I said previously, my 3-year-olds have been, I think, underdone. So I went and did all the work on this horse to get the widest draw. So pity, and then obviously a filly like Bella Vista with that pedigree. Very exciting and hoping for a good run.
Justin, thank you for your time.
Awesome, pleasure, anytime.